when I really feel quite inspired to write, quite a lot of sadness, quite a lot of feeling of dislocation. And at the same time, the opposite end of the scale quite inspires me, kind of like a really kind of sort of searing, almost violent side to life really inspires me.
I like you. You're a white tasty geezer. You're my mate. We're mates, aren't we? We're one of the lads.
Whenever I write about people in dislocated situations, whether they're isolated, sort of, you know, in where they live or what they look like or how they think, I always want it to be quite inspiring to the people that it's aimed at. And people always think of the traditional sort of view of heroic people is of kind of like sort of someone in the ghetto or something like that. And of course they're heroic as well, but people never really talk about some sort of housewife in North London, you know. And I decided to write a song about it, so I wrote Sleeping Pills about it, which is just about, I don't know, the sort of drama of the everyday, I suppose.
You don't need that. Though it's just time they can.
I often write as someone else, but I often write as just a human being, as just a spirit, and so I have the ability to be able to flit into other minds. And often when I talk about men in my songs, people assume that it's because it's got something to do with homosexuality, and it hasn't at all. It's much more to do with the spiritual perception of what being in these situations is all about, really.
Oh, he has come. He's my insatiable one. My insatiable one.
I had this ambition that you know, one day it would be wonderful if you know you can make kind of credible, kind of great music, you know, basically a kind of guitar rock, you know, traditional guitar rock music, but that people could understand on all levels.
Did you ever go out?
Our ambition would probably be to spend all of our time in a studio. I really envy bands like REM and stuff that can afford to do that. That can just spend all their time in studios and play live if they want to, but it doesn't really particularly matter.
one time that we're at our most relaxed in a way is when we're just working on new material, because you just slot back into just being in the band and you don't have to worry about any of the nonsense, and it all comes ridiculously naturally.
Bernard sort of comes up with, you know, tunes. Sometimes they're completely fully formed. Sometimes they're completely got structure and got middle eights and something. Sometimes they're just riffs. And really, I just work on what kind of gives me that spark of inspiration, really.
Words never come into it at all with me. All I know is I've got music going around in my head 24 hours a day. It's the last thing. It puts me to sleep. So I wake up with it. When I'm not talking, I'm thinking about it. And which is pretty sad in a way, because it makes me very dull.
You have to be committed, and you have to not see any point in any other life. Otherwise, you're not giving everything. None of us can act, or none of us can paint or anything like that. You know, I'm rubbish at everything else. Can't even change a plug.
Suede is here.
I love you, but
Fred, you're charming and beautiful. Like you a lot, Bernard.
Right? Who's Miss Piggy?
See you moving in with her.
Now we're about to play this enormous gig. This is the biggest gig we've ever played.
Fred, I love you. Don't ever stop singing. Come back again.